are for the finals of the Relic Fest 2025 in Duel Commander with this beautiful Black Lotus. This is the real one that we see on these playmats.
Yeah.
Uh,
We
players.
already had one, two actually,
Yeah.
on each side all the time. And here we have the final trophy for the winner. Actually, the players decided to split.
Yep.
So we will cut it in half. No,
Absolutely.
just joking.
So we'll do for the 10 Duel lands.
Hopefully not.
Just for me, remember the winner is supposed to keep the Black Lotus. The second person of the tournament, second place, will prize the 10 Duel lands. So we will start in a few seconds. Cloud is on the play because Ambroise was first at the end of the rounds. And for all the people that wanted to see Ambroise, here you are.
Yes.
Absolute cinema. So I think this matchup will be absolutely a blast. Both these players played really crisply
Yeah.
during the few rounds that we got to see them under camera. And with Cloud on the play, I think this gives him an edge in this matchup, right?
I think so too. I mean, we've seen this matchup earlier. Was it Cloud or was it Failure?
I think it was Philia, but I might be wrong.
I might be wrong too. I have some things in my mind. It was a long day. Nonetheless, I think, yeah, having the advantage here by being the starting player definitely helps bringing down the Cloud. There are not that many spell-based answers to.
Oh,
Okay,
I just interrupt you because I think this first fetch with Cloud is actually really interesting.
it is indeed. It is
This
indeed.
Lion Sash in this matchup, I think, is
Okay.
yeah, pretty interesting. Lorien revealed recycled at the end of the turn for Elad. So why Lion Sash? Do you think you feel like Phoenix, Flage, and kind of stuff, or do you just assume that this is the most mana efficient play? You already have a Skull Clamp. This is a creature that will allow you to draw cards. If it's left unchecked, it might also eat a bit of resources from Aragorn's side of the battlefield. Whereas if you have taken like something like a Sword of Fire and Ice, it might have been a bit too slow to really get the things going. Oh, and by the way, Bastien won't be able to join us for this finals stage, as he told me, so I will just adjust the caster's name in that regard.
You know, I actually don't really know why he is searching for that. Maybe it could be that the hands are stuffed with some valuable equipments already. So
Absolutely.
that's like the second or maybe third best he could search for. But also, we don't really know what's the experience based on that matchup. Ranger being a really good one, searching for a one drop, most likely ends up in Guide of the Souls. Guide of Souls, not Guide of the Souls.
Brandon Forstander,
That's
man.
cool. We have some spice here.
Yeah, I really like this.
That's actually a pretty good card. It blocks Aragorn. It
It prevents a lot of bad stuff from happening, right?
many bad things. Actually,
Like Fury
right?
comes to mind
We
too.
definitely have to show that card on
Yeah,
cam
sure.
because-
Old tech from Winnie White
Yes.
from some times ago.
No, it's
Brenton Forge
all right.
Tender.
All right.
Dorwin Kithkin Wizard.
True.
1/1 for 1 protection from red, and you can sacrifice it to prevent all damage that the red stars of your choice will deal this turn.
Yeah. Very interesting to see that.
Absolutely. We also tectonic edge in the in Cloud's hand. Sorry, I think this might be interesting to maybe
Definitely.
cut some mana under Aragorn's feet.
Yeah. I mean, it is available on turn 4 earliest, but it might definitely do its job, especially if the Aragon player feels like they have to slow it down, be a bit more on the reactive side, and then not casting Aragon, and maybe you can take a turn or, invest some mana to get rid of this arena. It would be optimal to wait a little bit with it. If you don't have a second land drop, then you have to go for that.
Actually, at that point, you might also cut your opponent from white, from what we are seeing at this
That
very
is right,
time.
but I think the Arena of Glory is also a valuable target.
I absolutely agree with
Very,
you.
very dangerous card.
I do agree.
After all, has been debated about from time to time. For good reasons, obviously. Having a hasty Aragorn is much better than
Escaping a sea flage,
yes,
I
that's
think.
also very powerful.
Yep.
That's true. So there are a couple of things to do here.
Regarding the mana bases, I really love Cloud's take on this. He plays 42 lands, including one MDFCs. That means I think
Wow.
this is the right number. It seems like a lot, but it
Yeah.
actually I think allows him to be really fluid on his mana development, whatever may come. It is mono white deck, so we have to keep this in mind too, meaning that he doesn't have access to cantrips or stuff to
Right.
really make his mana flow the way he wants, contrary to Aragorn, who plays 39 lands plus Lorien Revealed as a cycler. So,
Yeah, and if you think about like you have the Skull Clamp line on your commander, which makes it very costly later on. It's totally like it happens often that you cast it for 4 or 6, sometimes even 8 mana, right? Searching more equipments, going for more card advantage, and that's why you need some more lands for it. It's perfectly fun.
yeah. And you are also playing some quite costly cards. We see these Swords of Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a 5 drop to some extent.
Yeah.
And you, I think, are happy to double spell in a turn while playing your sword and also equipping it, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, mana development in this deck seems quite interesting, actually. Contrary to other white space aggressive decks who could play with lower resources. Yeah, I think also this deck plays like Armageddon. If I'm right, or I stand corrected, Ambroise made the choice not to play this card. So I might.
I see, I see, I see. Interesting.
I think it was more a Philia thing to play Armageddon, if I'm right. But yeah,
I think in the beginning it was more of a cloud thing, and then like the choice transferred to failure somewhat, you know.
but I think this makes sense not to play Armageddon in Cloud because you deck that casting your commands in for 8 mana might still be good, actually. So you don't really want to cut both players low on resources because you have a lot of 2-for-1s that can be pretty mana intensive. We saw this Ranger Captain of Eos.
Yeah, I mean,
Recruiter of the Guard.
and also you have to take into consideration in comparison to failure. Failure is a deck that it's enough to have failure on board, and then it's a second thing that you can just flicker right away.
Yep.
To really steamroll the game off of a Armageddon. While Cloud might have many situations where it's playing from behind and stuff, and then Armageddon is simply a dead card that you don't want to have in your hand. So you might as well just cut the entire plan.
And we see a swift reconfiguration getting onto Aragorn right now. This is a temporary solution because this Philia could pick the Aragorn, meaning Philia could die in combat, but still you could choose to get your Aragorn back, thus getting the Monarch back if you have been, if the Monarch has been stolen.
Yeah.
Now it's time for Sword of Fire and Ice, and I think this double protection from raid. This allows a really good attack from Ambroise. I don't think you want to throw this Philia under the bus quite
You have to.
now.
You have to. But if not, it dies to the Sword of Fire and Ice trigger.
Okay, yeah,
Anyways,
right. Yeah,
So,
I'm sorry, you're right. You're absolutely right. So,
so you
yeah.
rather don't take 3 additional damage.
Yeah, which also means that you can't really blink this Aragorn, actually.
Right.
So, yeah, really crisp
Yeah.
play from Ambroise. Now Aragorn is actually on the back foot, only 3 lands because this turn, this arena
That
won't
looks
attack.
really, really tough here, to be honest. Really, really tough. And we're in like turn 5, turn 4, turn 5, and so many things already happened.
And damn, this is a clock. Burnt and Forged Standard represents like 5 points of damage, plus 4 with this Ranger Captain equipped with the Skull Clumps. That's 9 already. You have to find something strong real quick, and you take 2 damage to Gitaxian Probe. Maybe Elad doesn't have a follow-up land in hand.
No, I don't think so either. So we have a Kata Commando Helping Hand, Archon of Emeria, and a Lion Sash.
Wow, this is stacked.
Yeah, there are lots of
Absolutely
things.
stacked.
And I think we had that earlier. Oh, was it yesterday that we had the game Cloud against Rogak? Yeah, it was yesterday, right?
I think,
and,
yeah.
And when people mentioned, well, this deck is just stacked, and it's the exact same player. This deck is simply stacked with so much hate against various strategies. Archon is one of those cards, by the way.
Archon, when you are trying to fetch into dual lands, is a tough beating.
No, is it also that it taxes the lands?
I think it's
I think it's both, maybe. Yeah, you
I
might be
think it's
right.
lands and only
And
one
the
spell
spells,
turn.
right? Okay. I think I forgot about the land part actually.
We'll double check.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, non-lands even. Yeah, okay. No,
Non-basic lands.
non-basic lands. Yeah.
Yep.
Non-lands. Okay. That would be
Non-lands, lands, entrance tap.
Yeah, everything I just said. Fuck.
But yeah, this is tough, I think. And you had to take 2 on this Simvents to make it come into play and tap. So, wow, that's absolutely a beating on this first game already.
Absolutely, it's crazy.
So, getting deep in the tank for Elad. And a draw. I think a land actually might be right here for Ambroise. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to develop everything that you can.
Then again, just swing in.
There are
If
no.
there are not that many answers for the Forge Tender.
Yep.
You have some white spells that might answer it. Is this that's a Spider-Man? I
Spider-Man.
thought about it. Yeah, interesting. So this can actually block the Forge Tender.
Yep.
It's the only one that could trade. Do we have an answer for that? It doesn't seem to be the case. Then again, you take 4 damage from the Ranger.
So you're at 5. You're making like negative quote unquote trades until
Yeah.
the beginning of this game. You still have Cathar Commando that can come into play with Flash. Yeah, I love this 6th land here.
Yeah, me too.
Archon of Emira might be awesome too. Okay,
And the Forge Tender comes back.
because you don't want to die onto to Fury.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, you can just play all the cards now.
And Archon comes back too. You keep 2 mana to play this Cathar Commando if something goes really wrong.
Yeah.
I think what could be played by Aragorn to at least thwart a little bit this aggression might be like a Parallax Wave. But then again, you have 4 creatures that more or less represent all of them lethal thanks to this Sword of Fire Knight. So this, even in that condition, I mean, it won't be that good, the Parallax Wave in that situation. Cycling of Miscalculation at the end of the turn, and I think we will promptly see a scoop from Aragorn. I don't think this deck can come back from
Yeah,
that
there's
situation.
not much to do. I mean, you would have to have a sweeper here in order to, deal with the situation. And even then, there are 2 more creatures in Ambrose's hand, and
I mean, even a sweeper, because you absolutely just play this Cathar Commando end of turn, equip it with multiple equipment, and you're still dead.
yeah. But I think he haven't had he had the mana. I think
He had
used
2
attack
mana.
Tourniquet, no?
He had 2 mana
Okay.
to
Yeah,
play
well
this Cathar Commando, so absolutely show dominance from this deck, really.
Definitely, yeah. Interesting. So 1-0 for Cloud already.
Yep.
Let's see how the second one goes.
No, Aragorn's on the play. I think this is best for Aragorn. It will help you have your 2 mana interactions, which
Yeah.
are plenty to answer what Ambroise is trying to do. I think critically countering this cloud might be part of the equation to solve.
Yeah.
I don't see any spice, I think, from Ambroise's deck. I would like to ask him why this Lion Sash was his card of choice. Maybe he already
Yeah,
had
that would be a great question
ma-
for the interview if we get to interview him.
this sort of Fire Knight. Maybe it was already in his hand.
Yeah, I think it was, or he drew into.
In that case, I think still a lot of players would have gone from pre-war form aware.
I mean, the thing is that in a later stage, you might go for Skunkclap if the game is a bit stally. But
Skullduggery was already played.
it was okay, yeah. Because like early on, I'm not entirely sure, but I would expect that you go maybe for a different equipment because you really have to try to pressure the board and like get control over the situation because Aragorn can pretty much do the same, just in a bit better fashion, you know, because like very efficient threats and while still keeping your things in check. So that's my estimation. I don't have many stocks in Cloud to be fair. So, but the professional Cloud players here can actually share their feedback with us or their experience.
Sorry.
So you gotta say, this is, by the way, a card that I really like.
Yep.
Really, really cool that we finally have a deck again to play that card.
This and the Pure Steel Paladin, I think, is in
Yeah,
there
really,
too.
really
Yep.
cool, really fancy. This deck does play the Hilly Trooper, and it does play the new card from, or relatively new card from Final Fantasy, Sid. Yeah, on the very top, the guy that
Yep.
this one, yeah. That's
I will read this
reducing-
again because I actually don't know that card that well. So, G2 for 2, Human Warrior Pilot, Legendary, Equipment, and Vehicle spells you cast cost 1 less. During your turn, Sid has flying. F4 2, tap, return target equipment or vehicle card from graveyard to your hand. So, yeah.
The activated ability is the strong part here, I think.
Against
It
certain
doesn't.
matches,
It doesn't happen that often that you lose the. I mean, the cost reduction is obviously also very, very powerful, but the combination of both is I think makes it a valid include.
And we still see this Burton Forge Tender hitting the battlefield.
Yes, it's back, baby, and it caused some trouble last round. It will likely cause more trouble this round.
Absolutely. No, this cloud I think should be answered yes.
With a man, a leak. I was about to say mental misstep. That's not correct. Doesn't quite work.
So maybe this time Aragorn has a bit of breathing room to develop a plan of his own. To be noted, still no red mana. This is not that crucial at this stage of the game, I think, because the deck is clearly blue-white based, so maybe not that much of a problem, but it might become one pretty soon if no red sources are down. Oh, this Saga, I love this too, because this represents a lot of pressure without actually playing any cards. So
Yeah.
you absolutely go under counter spells. And I think with kind of a lot of artifacts in the deck, the construct might be a bit big, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a Talia. That's a
Thalia.
card.
Which one? Heretic Cathar.
Yeah, that's a card we don't see that often anymore, to be fair.
But I think in this matchup it is brilliant. So 3/2 first strike for 3. And oops, sorry. But the chat and the card at the same time. So 3/2 first strike for 3, human soldier, legendary creature, and creatures and non-basic lands your opponent control enters tapped. And once more, the non-basic land part is actually
Definitely relevant.
Yep.
And also, it's also relevant if we get to cast get to see a Aragorn cast later on, because then it enters tap, which means you cannot block once your opponent swings to
I think-
steal the monarch, and
And
that's
thanks to
really
this
relevant.
Forge Tender, Aragorn can't go through
Yeah.
for as long as this
Yeah.
Forge
Yeah.
Tender is on the battlefield. So.
Very true.
Whoa, we see a Sorcerer Speed Brainstorm and a Philia. Sorcerer Speed Philia too?
It should enter.
No,
tap.
okay, I'm sorry. This was
Okay.
end of Ambroise.
Yeah,
turn.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So here we go with the attack.
Yeah.
Taking care of the first strike target.
Which will help develop your mana base. Right. Still no red mana though, and a Witch Enchanter.
Oh, shuts down the Rosa Saga. That's a good one. I was
Absolutely.
almost expecting a P wave here, which would have been good too, especially in combination with the Thalia. But yeah, Witch Enchanter definitely does the job. We see a lay down arms to take care of Thalia.
Yeah, shout out to these mismatched snow-covered plains, obviously.
The poor guy, it's this. Okay, I have 23 snow-covered basics in my binder. I need 24. It's you.
You know, actually, when I was playing snow-covered lands in monocolor deck, I sometimes put one of them in a different print on purpose to see, like, this plains could, or this island in my case, could have been like another land. And when I draw that precise card, I know
Okay,
that.
more for like statistical part, and I
Yeah.
see that. I see that. Yeah.
But still, I enjoyed seeing this.
Mm-hmm.
This man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So we created the guard, fetching this solitude will assure, yeah,
Very rough. Very rough.
no bad things is going to happen. Still, this Philia is left unchecked, but nothing of relevance to blink
Yeah.
at the moment,
Yeah.
and still no red mana for Elad.
So
And I think this is what he's looking for. This is what his gestures. Let me think.
Yeah, I mean, what is there to pitch? Maybe the lay down arms should be kept. I mean, the Witch Enchanter did its job. It's not really relevant. It's only like a 2/2 creature that doesn't do that much. But, you know,
Getting rid of this saga, I think, was actually really good.
yeah,
This Witch Enchanter was
it was indeed. Do you want to take care of Thalia? Oh, okay. He actually already decided to.
Does this mean Fury Pitch? I don't see any red card in Elad's hand actually, so maybe this red mana missing is not that big of a deal for the time being. But no fifth land, on the other hand, might actually
Yeah.
be rough. Whereas
Very
the 42 land mana base has no problems
Not at all.
developing their mana.
We have an Iganios Castle as the fourth one.
Which might come relevant. This is a trap some a lot of
Yes.
people can.
Yes. Then
fall
again,
into.
you know, okay, now the laydown arms is cast. I would love to see another planes here, just in case Aragorn comes down at some point. But we have Solitude as a backup.
Yeah, sure.
So,
And
no
getting
worries.
rid of this Philia, I think, is quite good too.
Yeah, is that a Subtlety or is it a Malcolm actually? It could be a Daze. I think it's a Daze, which doesn't do the job here.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything actually.
So,
Spam to give hexproof. So that's 3 mana. I protect my Philia. Wow, this is
costly.
yeah,
Yeah.
costly to say the least.
That's true. But, you know, it's worth it.
3 mana
because-
in my card for 1 mana in your card.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm happy to see that.
I still like how Elad actually designed his Aragon list. I said that in the previous rounds that, you know, cutting all these one drops that don't really do the job, and
Yeah.
especially because most of the time, in most decks these days, if you're not into Dark Magic or like you want to play some of the Thoughtseize Jurors whatsoever, you will have the line of fetch into Surveilland. It's
Yeah.
because it's just so good for having the appropriate card quality. And yeah, Aragon
I'm-
is a deck that does that very often.
I'm surprised to see the Thalia not attacking in Ambroise side because it was pretty obvious that this was the target for Philia to be blinked. But I'm not surprised to see this recruiter going under the bus because I see a the White Unearth.
See,
Yeah.
we have so many powerful lines. Now there's a helping hand
Helping
coming
hand,
down.
yes.
Really, really nice. If that comes through, then we get to fetch for another,
With the Skyclave
or
operation.
actually search for another thing. If it's really a Daze in Elad's hand, then
This
the
Skyclave might not be a problem
Skyclave
for
is
the
not
time
really
being.
a
Yeah.
problem, yeah. But you know, here we go with the recruiter, and I like the patience on the Solitude. I really like the patience
Sure,
here
because I don't think. Okay, I would have liked to see Thalia attacked last turn because it would put you in a good position to win the race, actually, which is not quite the case yet.
how about your own failure?
Yeah.
That might be a thing.
Hull Breacher end of turn. Okay,
Okay,
this is a strong
okay.
tempo play.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, we talked about all the flash creatures that he features in his deck, and in this situation against Italia, definitely comes in handy. End of turn, you kind of dodge the everything enters tapped aspect, and you have your creatures ready, and you can just swing in
Yep.
while keeping up some interaction in your hand.
Does this give red mana? I don't know what.
No, that's
land
the red blue fast slowland actually.
Okay, so perfect. So this is red mana for the upcoming turns.
Yeah, this is the. Help me out, guys.
The red blue fast land, Spire Bluff.
No,
Canal?
Stormcraft Coast. It should
Okay.
be, right? I think it's a Stormcraft Coast.
Okay.
Just a Japanese version here.
So still blinking this Thalia.
Maybe not even Japanese. I'm not entirely sure.
That's starting to hurt a little bit. That's 5, 7 points of damage. That's a lot. That's starting to be relevant. I
Yeah.
think you need to
Yeah.
do something very soon.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there will be a Felia very soon. End of turn. I get back my Talia. And maybe that's the plan, you know? Like,
Another land is really good.
but I think you don't really want to try to hardcaster Solitude.
I don't think he would, because he very deliberately plays around days for he did so for a number of turns now, so I don't think he wants to actually uh, get got by it.
I really like this race here. It's really cool. We have the pre-war form, and we're actually in Ambroise's hand, but it's not active. So going for the Skyclave is another thing.
Yep, now you can get rid of your opponent's Thalia, I think, and this lets the Thalia block really well, because
Yeah.
3 for Striker is something to get through.
Absolutely. And I mean, the Skyclave in combination with the Thalia is definitely
Yeah.
not bad. It's kind of hilarious that both guys are somewhat trying to abuse the Thalia dynamic, on each
Yep.
side. We have a Cloud playing here, just to remind our viewers. But yeah, obviously a very powerful card, and there's no
Going-
reason to not feature it in Aragorn.
Sure, I'm going deep into the tank from Elad in that situation, so I don't really know what he does have in hand at that point. But this Thalia, tempo-wise, is a nightmare to play around, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, definitely. I mean, he has the days, I think. What else is there?
Oh,
there's
Spawn
an
of
Aboleth
Aboleth.
Storm. That's a thing.
So that multipliers enters ability triggers, right? So you get your own Skyclave.
Yep. Right.
So I think you are willing to pitch for Solitude. Yep, this is what is going on. Ward 2, but if you pay it now, you lose to days.
No,
So
you don't, because you cast a spell, and either he handles
Okay.
it on stack.
you're right, sorry. Absolutely right. But if you died now, I mean, you are got. Because if you dies now, either you pay the one, but you can't pay the ward, so you have to switch it to something else.
Yeah, but then you can still select Thalia, which would be a valuable target here, I think. So it's up to the Aragorn player to decide whether or not to actually use the days.
Mhm.
And
All right, he might also copy the Solitude trigger, right?
that's the thing. I think that's why he decided to cast a Solitude in response. Yeah, you will copy all the ATBs.
You
actually.
think this is in response to the Aboleth spawn? Okay.
I think so, yes.
Okay, I think you may be right.
Oh no, never mind. I mean, it's on field already, so there should be.
Okay, exiting each other. No.
No, that can't be the case. Solitude will die to the evoke trigger anyways.
Yeah, you're right. So
And
yeah, you're
there should
absolutely
be an exile due to the Skyclave.
right. Which exiled Philia?
Yeah, and there should be an exile from the Aboleth spawn.
Yes, indeed.
Right?
I think so.
So Thalia was, I think, exiled. Oh no, never mind. Okay, so here's the thing. Skyclave was on stack. The spawn is played. The spawn resolves. The spawn is removed.
Gotcha.
We have the trigger from Solitude. This trigger will exile Thalia. Aboleth spawn is gone by the time Skyclave arrives, so we don't have a second
Yes.
trigger.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. I will just have a look at this Sunpearl Kirin. So 2-1 flash flying for 2. When this creature enters, return up to one target non-land permanent you control to its owner's end. If it was a token, draw a card. So you are setting up for a long game here, being able to cast Skyclave again, I assume, or maybe the Recruiter if this seems that like the right play. This Aragorn can't really get the Monarch this turn, but now you're
It never can due to the Burrington.
exactly. Now that it couldn't the turn it arrived, I think, yeah, you are pretty much left with an Aragorn that can't really do its ability, can't really attack profitably.
Yeah.
So
Very interesting overall here, I would say. Attacking with Italia, do you want to trade one of those creatures? Not really, because you have the Hull Breacher with the Monarch, and you're basically gifting your opponent a treasure token. At the same time,
you get back your Skyclave, and I think he will play Stoneforge Mystic if I read Ambroise's line correctly. Okay, no,
It's not the case.
it tries the Skyclave again. So if there is days,
There
I think
is
it
a
is the
days.
time to play
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Now is the time. Okay,
Oh, really?
so I don't think there is a days. Are you sure it is days?
I thought it was days. I thought it was the modern version of
Yeah,
it.
the Eternal Master.
Yeah, exactly that one. Man, you guys are crazy with the keyboard here. This one. Maybe you can show it to the viewers.
Yes. I don't think this was days because this was the moment to cast it, right?
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it was this island, which has like the
Maybe.
same color grading,
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I don't
yeah.
know, but anyway. Oh, okay, Fire X Wave. No.
Oh, and it's a
Ooh,
direct concession because he's on 7 HP, and
absolutely.
yeah, it's very unlikely to come back from that.
I'm sorry.
Parallax Wave being one of the most impactful cards in any white deck, or any deck that can actually afford to feature it, and we've not only seen it in Aragon and Cloud or Thalia, but also Terra plays it,
I
and
think every white, more or less creature-based deck plays
absolutely
this card.
Tyrokeen and things like this, they will all feature it.
I think it is called. It is guilty of the same sin as Fury. If you play that
Yeah,
color,
yeah. I
you
mean,
play the card.
we talked about it yesterday, right? We
Yeah.
both agree on the fact that it's way too powerful, and yeah, I think.
I think this card actually get the diversity of the format a bit down because if you play a color and you have a staple that you are obligated to play, this is, I don't think, going in the right direction for the format because at some point, well, if you only have staples that like you play red, you have to play this, that, and those like Paragon, Fury, Phoenix, and whatnot. If you play white, you got to play Parax Wave, Sorcerer Pressure, etc. At what point will it be really a problem? Like, okay, you play white red, you have 80 slots that are fixed, and now you got to put some lands and round your deck list, and yep, you play like bent. Okay, so now you have 90 slots that you have got to play, and I think this limits creativity to some extent.
Yeah, definitely. Curious to see who takes the final one. As we know, the Lotus is already cut in half, so we don't have to worry about that. Nonetheless, you want to win this tournament, right?
Yeah,
You definitely want to win that.
after 18, 16, 18 rounds,
A
including
19, no, 16
this is the
rounds plus.
19th because
Yes.
16 plus quarters.
Right. So after 18, okay, you're in the 19th. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you want this 19th round to count.
Absolutely.
Players check each other. There's a good mood at the table.
Yeah, I
There's-
really like that.
Yeah.
Really good vibes and, great sportsmanship towards each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's definitely to Cloud's advantage to be on a play.
Sure.
Maybe-
Maybe Mulligan, though.
Yeah, I think, as we all know, Cloud is a deck that mulligans very well due to the Skull Clamp Search in your command zone that will
Draw
basically
4 cards.
refill your hand, yes, at any time.
DT is Demonic Tutor.
Yeah.
Demonic Tutor, and so I think no Mulligan from Elad's side. So he will keep at 7, right? Let's see what
Okay.
Cloud is working with. Was this a Thalia put in the bottom of the deck?
I did not quite catch it. Esper Sentinel is definitely a good start.
Yeah,
Um,
that's actually
it's not like
super good.
crazy good, but like still good. Like drawing cards off of
Yeah,
your
you
opponent's interactions.
now either you have something to get rid of this cloud and you draw a card, or you don't have something to and you tutor something.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yep, I think this is putting Elad between a rock and a hard place for this second turn of the game. It's certainly not lights out yet, but still we see the same dynamic that allowed Cloud to win the first game, which is every one of his cards traded for one or two of their opponents. Or it was the other way around, or every one of their card make them draw another card. But
Yeah, yeah.
you could grind that way Aragorn out of the game.
Yeah. I was just about to ask you how likely it is that Elad will actually search for Surveyor Land. In fact, there is a response to Cloud,
Yep.
and a really good one. It means that Cloud will draw a card.
Which he did.
Yes. I thought for a second that he drew a helping hand, which
Ooh.
happens before the spell is actually countered, so there could have been a decision to put it into the graveyard,
Yep.
but it's a laydown out. So I was fooled. So we have an anointed peacekeeper.
We might read this card.
It's an interesting one, I guess.
3/3 vigilance for 3 manas. Human cleric. As it enters, you look at an opponent's hand and you choose a card name. Spells cost 2 more, activated abilities cost 2 more from that chosen card name.
Yep. A card we don't see that often, but it's a typical White Weenie card.
Yep.
You know, tax your opponent, get some information.
Mighty good in Legacy because in White Stacks deck where you play Ancient Tombs, this is something you can
Really
get on the battlefield
Yeah,
really
true.
quickly. And it often does best work than Thalia against relevant situations. But we're not in Legacy, we're in Duel Commander, and in this format too, I think this is quite relevant. The ability to either make a cast cost more, or can prevent an activated ability.
Yeah.
I mean, naming Shuko or Nomadan Core against certain type of deck might absolutely be relevant, even if your opponent doesn't have this very card, at this very moment. We see Elad, I think, asking the judge for some information.
Yeah, there might be a card in hand of which he needs some information for, which might decide whether or not he lets this one resolve.
So laid on arms, gemstone caverns. I think this is a Ranger Captain Vios and a fourth
It
card.
looks like, yeah.
That looks like a Thali. No, it wasn't. It was not. It just not the Thalia.
Hard to say.
I think this is an Archon of Emeria.
We have, yeah, it is an Archon. We have so many cameras, but I can't figure. I think it's an Archon, yeah. Yeah, Archon makes sense.
So a pretty much stacked hand. Nice stack.
I like that. So even the player is trying to entertain you.
I like that.
Yeah, me too, me too.
Are you not entertained? Did you see Gladiator?
Yes, I did.
So
I mean, we're about to see tons of damage if we stick to the memes.
for sure. Elad's still having a question that is not answered right now, though. Peacekeeper wording is a bit odd with this as enter. I think, yeah, it is a needle effect. Like, once it hits the battlefield, you don't have any answer to it.
Yeah, yeah. So once it resolves, you have
Yep.
to reveal it. You cannot
Exactly.
respond.
So, for instance, if you have a Malcolm, the 2-1 flashy one,
Yeah.
mono blue, you have to play it right now, for instance, if you want
Exactly.
to develop
exactly.
it. So, yes, this, I think, was the question Elad was asking, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Might make sense in a way. So, we
Yeah,
see.
I mean, we see 4 Verlingas and there's a Brazen Borer, I think. Maybe there was the thought about, well, a spell comes down, do I get a window of interaction to bounce it right back with the Brazen Borer?
Oh,
Maybe that's something, but I don't think it's necessarily a...
okay. So, Brazenborough, Arena of Glory,
We have a Sulfurous... No, Springs, I
Mushroom
want to
Springs,
say.
yeah.
Sulfurous Springs?
Something Springs. No, Perfect Springs is the
No,
Black
it's
Red
something else.
Painland.
That's correct.
So, Perfect Springs.
Yes.
And
yes.
Sink into Stupor.
Very close. We have
Sure.
Arena of Glory, another land,
Snapcaster, and I don't
4th, Snapcaster, yeah.
can't really figure the central land looks like a white-blue one. I might be wrong though. Mystic Gate maybe? No, I don't think this is a land that is played because it's really not a good land.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's too costly. There are so many situations where, you know, you have that as a 1 drop and then it produces colorless, or like an early land drop being sometimes the first one. Petty Theft.
Petty Theft. Okay, so
You
you
can
have,
actually... Okay.
that's
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah, you have to. Right, this is a spell name actually, so makes sense.
Yeah, true.
So now you are stuck with the 3-1 flyers that doesn't really answer well what your opponent's trying to do. And I think, if I'm correct, that you can attack with this Inspire Sentinel. I don't think anything wrong can happen to it. Okay, I'm pretty surprised not to see him attack with this.
Well, he doesn't want to sacrifice it to the Snapcaster Mage, maybe.
Oh, right, the Snapcaster Mage. Sorry, I'm
That's
really tired, so.
yeah, me too. Don't worry.
But yeah, thank you for having me here. Having my back here.
Caverns into voice, good play.
Voice of Victory now.
Wow.
This is a strong top deck. I don't think it has this. He had this in hand beforehand.
Yeah, I think there was the draw.
Sink it to
We have a
sweeper.
sync on the Anointed Peacekeeper. I don't like the voice pre-combat.
Oh, you don't because it
I
allows you
mean,
to attack with the Spare Sentinel.
yeah,
I
but
mean, it forces your opponent to play their cards when you want,
that
rather
is
than
true.
when
That
they
is true.
want.
But in this matchup, isn't like every point of damage of great value because your opponent has like a lifelink creature in the command zone.
Sure, but I don't really know because it looks like a game of inches between each of these decks that tries to get the most value out of every one of their cards.
Okay, yeah.
And then at that regard, I think that point of damage might become relevant
Mm-hmm.
to some amount, you know? Um, I don't think this game will be won by large margins other than humongous beaters like Parax Wave, like we see in the game before. I think you actually have to manage every small interaction, every small exchange to make it go in your favor,
Yeah.
one way or
Yeah.
another.
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, this petty theft will cost 3 not to make Ambroise draw a card, and it is a sorcery speed petty theft in order to catch this voice of victory with the
Yeah.
spell snare. My
Quite inefficient,
this,
to be honest, right?
this is hard to witness.
Yeah, I mean,
And yeah, why
we
not
have?
just not playing my 2 drop? Because I won't play into your soft counter. I think you are seeing Ambroise playing very deliberately. You're asking, okay, what does my opponent do with this? He must have an answer to this Voice of Victory at instant speed as a counter spell. So what
Yeah, I
can it
mean,
be? It could be
Spell Snare.
Snare.
Yeah.
Sure. It could also be the Lord of the Rings one.
We're back with the boy.
Oh yeah. Oh well, sure.
Forge Tender is back in business, gentlemen.
I was thinking about Storm Scolding, for instance. These cards
Stone
don't.
Scolding, yeah, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
good one, yeah.
these cards can't. I actually counter your Ranger Captain. So why play the Voice of Victory?
Yep, yep, true. I mean, Force Spike doesn't do the job. Mana Theft doesn't do the job. Mana Theft is cast, by the way, so these are definitely out. And apart from that, there is not much left.
Yep. So Elad just time rolled himself by trying to bounce this Voice of Victory.
Yeah.
It did change the clock a little bit. You didn't take 3 damage this turn, but still, I think this is a rough spot to be in.
Absolutely. And I think, yeah, I think, what do you do here in Aragorn's seat? You know, casting a commander doesn't really look good. I mean, you have a creature, but then again, you never get to attack through the Barrington Forge Tender,
Yeah.
which means if you find a way to, I mean, you can just go for one combat step, or you could go for one combat step to actually sacrifice either the Esper Sentinel or the Ranger. Most likely, the Ranger will be blocked. Then you take the Monarch, and then you never get it back unless Aragorn finds a white removal for the Forge Tender, right?
Yep.
And then in that very turn, you can still sacrifice it to prevent the next attack from Aragorn.
So Aragorn with haste this turn can actually get somewhat of the clock back.
No blocks.
You can't because when you're the monarch, your opponent
Right.
can't block.
That's very true.
But when you're not the monarch, this is where you have to target something, and this is okay. I might get behind that play. Oh, the 4th plane drawn by Ambroise, which allows him to lay down arms onto Aragorn. I think this is brutal, right? Gotta check what's happening in your opponent's hand beforehand, but I think this laid on arms will actually like
Take care.
yeah.
It will definitely take care of Aragorn. And then you definitely you're having nightmares off of that. We have the spell snare. Doesn't do the job. By the way, Very nice call here with the spell snare on the voice.
Yeah.
So we see it, and yeah, I think
And I think, this is not a mistake. I think Ambroise
no,
is
no, no,
here
not at
after
all.
18 rounds. I think he knows what he's
This is
doing.
a conscious decision, that's for sure.
Snapcaster Mage. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, granting 3 life due to the lay down arms, getting rid of Aragorn this way, and now we have an attack for a 5.
Yep. Fourth Eolingas might be somewhat of a
Yeah,
problem
but
somewhere down the line, but you're still winning the race.
you need a land drop for that, and then you tap out completely
Yep.
because
And this Arena of Glory won't untap this turn, so
that's right. That's right. So you're producing 2 tokens. One is thrown into the Peacekeeper. I'm not really sure if that's the line here.
maybe if you draw a fifth land, it might become more
Doesn't-
reasonable.
Doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Oh,
actually
no.
river path glide way.
Yeah, you-
River glide pathway this way.
Okay.
Jesus. What else do we have? This seems to be a Hellbreacher again. There is a Fire and Ice. There is the fourth. Yeah, most of these cards we've seen last turn.
Yep. And so I think maybe attempting to get the Monarch back thanks to, like, you make 3 tokens with 4 Theolingas, but you still make your opponent draw a card, right?
Yeah.
With Esper Sentinel. But still 3 tokens, you attack avec 2, you lose 1, but one of them get the Monarch, and these tokens are Vigilance tokens, right? Or Haste
no,
Trample.
trample haste.
Yeah, yeah.
No, not vigilance.
This is rough. So just a passing of a turn. I think now, yeah, you might try to play this voice.
Waiting the spell snare. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, come, give me the spell snare. It's fine.
And I think, is there a what's this card called? Helping Hand or Jotted Wave?
I mean, the helping hand is still not a really good card here. I think, considering the fact that everything can be cast at instant speed in Aragorn's hand. So
Yeah.
the Hellbreacher will come down.
It is
Oh,
a
we have
Helping
an-
Hand sort of thingy, right?
We
Yeah.
have the specialist entering the field.
Yep, Extraction Specialist. 3/2 Lifelinger for 3 mana. When it ETBs, you bring back a 2 or less cost creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. And this creature can't attack or block until Extraction Specialist died. Well, for
right.
as long as it's on the battlefield.
That's right. Yeah. You have a 3/2 lifelink. You bring back the voice, and since it has a nice
Hold
static
stitch.
ability, there is the Hellbreacher in response. So again, really sharp play. As you said, I want you to cast the spells when I choose, you know, and here this way
On thin
you want
ice.
to see, is there any kind of creature that could be flashed into that would trade for my, you know, I want to keep the Burnt and Forged Tinder, for example, or other
And
things.
you know what? I kind of feel bad for this Aragorn. I didn't think I would have said that this day if you asked me this morning, but wow, this is a show of dominance from Cloud.
Definitely, yeah.
This is what, 3, 6, 7, 8 point of damage this turn? So this is a true turn clock, right? Basically,
Yeah.
with
How did the Hellbreacher actually got exiled? Did I miss something here?
how did what?
Because the Hellbreacher is suddenly exiled.
Hellbreacher, because Moonblast Meadow was played, paying 3 life, the White and DFC, and then on Thin Ice came down to exile the Hellbreacher on the top of our screen.
Up there. Okay, that's an unfinished. It's a bit weird, you know, because usually it would be attached to
To
a.
land, yeah, sure.
But yeah,
I think for clarity's sake, you can assume.
it's good that way. I like it.
And
yeah.
if a land gets destroyed, the opponent can say, okay,
Exactly.
destroy the land where
Exactly, yeah.
Horizon is equipped, so it's fine. Attached to, sorry. So, this is a lot of damage. Your
Definitely.
Aragorn now costs 6. It doesn't really lead you anywhere. I mean, if you play it with Arena of Glory, sure thing, you will like drain 4 life to your opponent, but then what?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, Sword of Fire and Ice still has a follow-up.
Yeah. I
Ambroise
was just
helm.
about to say. I mean,
Wow.
Cloud is still cooking. Like
Yeah.
it's not done yet. You know, yeah, casting Aragorn here is kind of cool, but you know, it doesn't really do the job. I think. Getting back some life. Oh, not at
Oh.
all. There is the Burrington sacrifice.
Wait, is this lethal? Because sword represents 4 damage. No, you will miss a bit of some amount of damage, I think. Or you need to remove all because the Aragorn still has lifeline, right?
That's true.
So Ambroise is counting. We have this Sword of Fire and Ice. Ambroise, I think, with this gesture, will just attempt to kill his opponent on this very turn. Sword of Fire and Ice, right? Will get equipped, I think, to the Vigilance creature.
Or maybe to the specialist, because it has lifelink in addition.
Yes, Mike made some sense. I kind of like the Vigilance one to to attack and block with it, but
Yeah, yeah, okay.
okay. Ambroise seems to agree with me. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the trigger. I draw a new card. I can equip this sword to something else or not because it was equipped to the
Yeah,
Vigilance
yeah.
creature.
But you can very much do that. I mean, because but this one has the vigilance, right? So
Yeah.
you don't really have to re-equip it at all.
And then what? Because you're Aragorn, you don't have the Monarch anymore, so you can't really target something. If you can target something not to block, but you still have a 5/5
Yeah,
protection
yeah.
from red and blue that will go in front of your Aragorn in combat step. So no lifelink for you, no Monarch for you anymore.
It's rough. It's really
Yeah.
rough. And there is an Archon that
In case you would chain ponder into an answer, you can also during
Really
the upkeep
rough.
use your Ranger Captain Ovios.
Yeah,
This
that's what you do, I guess, right?
this or you count on
Yep.
your Archon. Yeah,
That's what he does. Arena of Glow is still tapped, so
I don't know what you're expecting, man. I think
maybe a
this one is in the
Fury, but
bag.
even a Fury is not
Yeah.
sealing the deal here. Yeah, you cannot get your 4th Eolingers down to the ground. Honestly,
This,
I think we have a winner.
I think we have a winner.
I think
I won't.
we have a winner for the
Before
Relic Fest 2025. Okay,
It's
I'm a bit hasty
incoming.
on that, but I don't think there is a line. To be fair,
Yeah.
like even if you find a
You
Fury,
need to a creature of fury does what?
you could find a Solitude, or maybe a Skyclave.
Okay, but then
That's not
what?
enough. It's
Yeah,
not enough.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Well,
This is your spell for the turn.
it doesn't really matter. I can't cast more.
Yep.
Now you can't cast anything.
And what was just drawn? It
It's
was-
also a Spider-Man. It's the same
Okay.
card, just with a different artwork.
okay.
Well, you
I
have a
think-
blocker, but
You actually have a blocker, right? Yeah, you are right, actually.
no, never mind. No, it can get flying, so it could block the Archon.
Yeah, sure. Sure thing. Equip, but
Kind of funny.
Yeah, but still, I think this makes sense maybe to equip to the Archon, so you force your opponent to throw his Spider-Man
Yep,
under
yep.
the bus.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to, I think.
Could you cast Cloud this turn and get something? Okay, you have a flyer and a protection from red. So if you attack him with both, this is GG. This is GG. Well, yeah, that's
Right.
good show
Right.
of sportsmanship.
Right,
Even
right,
Elad uploading his opponent.
Really nice.
This was awesome.
Great. Awesome, yeah.
This was awesome. This was a real good final. I
Yeah,
think.
absolutely. We
And
had a
Naru?
great show.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Ambroise for being our champion of the Relic
Yeah.
Fest 2025. Awesome performance, very clean game, even in the very last round of this tournament. You know,
Yes.
very sharp plays, no mistakes, perfect.
Yep.
Awesome.
Absolutely. It was a blast to cast.
Yes,
I think we will maybe try to get him
Yes.
on interviews.
we
So
should do that.
we'll cut the VOD here and see you in a second with Ambroise. for
Yep.
the interview.